Good afternoon, everybody. Can everyone hear me? Excellent. Well, my name is Lino Izzo, and I'm the admissions director at Notre Dame High School. I'm also a proud graduate. I graduated in 2000, so it's a great pleasure to be here today to speak with you. And today we thought we would do something special, which is allow you to learn more about Notre Dame through the eyes of our students. So, without further ado, I'm going to walk around and ask these young men some questions. And where did I get the questions? I often sit down with families during shadow days, at high school nights, and I have top questions that always come back and back and back. So today I'd like to take a couple of minutes and just have these questions answered for you. So, gentlemen, are we ready? Excellent. So guys, have any of you shadowed in Notre Dame High School? Everyone, great. Oliver, down at the end, can you answer for us? What was it like when you shadowed in Notre Dame High School? Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so, good morning. So, there we go. My name is Oliver Shannon. I come from Brantford. I went to St. Mary's School in Brantford. I'm a freshman here this year, and so I shadowed last year. And shadowing is definitely a great experience that all of your kids should experience because when you shadow here, it's like moving into a new home. You don't just move right in without looking at it. You know, you kind of enter the house, you need to know the building around you, and once you get that settled, then you can make a true decision. And so it really helps you with your decision-making process, and it also gives you the overall feel of the school and the building. So when you come back for an admissions test, and furthermore, you will somewhat know your way around the building.
Excellent. Next question. How easy is it to make friends at Notre Dame? A lot of students are coming to us from over 56 different schools in 35 different towns. How easy is it to make friends here? Gino.
Alright, so hi, I'm Gino Pagliaro. I'm from Sandy Hook. I went to St. Rose School in Newtown, and I'm a senior. So I live in Sandy Hook, which is 40 minutes away from here, so it's kind of a hike. So the only people I knew when I came to this school were my two brothers. One was a sophomore at the time, one was a senior. So I practically knew no one coming here. The only thing I knew about it was my family went here. It was a totally new environment, but it was freakishly easy to make friends. So when I was in honors classes when I started, so the first thing I did was just talk to people in my classes, and you'll realize that through talking to people, you'll meet all different kinds of people, and you'll meet people who you'll become friends with for all your different interests. I'm part of the math team and the lacrosse team, so I have friends in lacrosse and in math, and those are just two of my interests, and I have two totally different friends group from them. So no matter what your interest is, you'll be able to make friends very easily here.
Thank you, Gino. So next question I have is, why did you choose to attend Notre Dame High School? Joe.
So one of the things that hi, I'm Joseph Koss. I'm from East Haven. I went to St. Rita's School, and I'm a junior at Notre Dame. So to answer Mr. Izzo's question, one of the things that I love about Notre Dame is its Catholic tradition. Educating the mind and heart is very important because just educating and focusing on the mind, it's just academics. It's more than just academics here at Notre Dame. Like Oliver said, it's a family. It's much more. It's through Christ and through our academics and through on and off the field, we learn more about each other and through our hearts, and we make friends with each other like that. But also at the same time, I think that the Catholic tradition has helped me transition very easily from a Catholic school to another Catholic school. And for one of you guys from a public school, you want to talk about that?
So to go off of Joe's answer, I came from a public school. My name is Colton Barholak. I'm from Orange, and I went to Amity Middle School of Orange. So to go off of what Joe said, I came from a public school, and going from a public school to a Catholic school, it's a complete different transformation. I mean, it is like huge. There was no religion class. There was no talk of religion because everybody was a different religion, and they didn't, nobody was focused on a single religion in the school. So now coming here where really we're focused on the Catholic tradition, it's really different, and it's an awesome transition to make because now taking a religion class and having masses every month, it's awesome. I feel like I'm enveloped in my religion, and it was an awesome choice.
So Colton, if I could, I'm going to ask another question to you guys. Let's talk about the topic of not being Catholic. What happens if you come to Notre Dame High School and you are not Catholic? Neil.
Hi, my name is Neil Aguirre. I am a sophomore here. I come from Hamden, and I attended St. Rita's School for middle school. I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Hindu, which is a drastic difference. Freshman year, I wasn't really used to, I went to a Catholic middle school, but Catholic high school is when they really start pushing the Catholic religion into your academics. And I was a little bit afraid, and it definitely was a step up for me. It was a different experience, but I will tell you that the religion teachers are very nice. You can come in for extra help. If you don't understand something, you can ask them for extra help. You can ask them in class. They will explain to you very thoroughly. So if I am a different religion, and I think I understand the Catholic religion very well because of the teachers at Notre Dame.
All right, thank you, Neil. So next question, since we're on the topic of academics, can you guys talk to us a little bit about, describe your classes at Notre Dame High School. What are they like? Tristan.
Hi guys, my name is Tristan Andreski. I'm from Seymour and I went to Seymour Middle School. The classes at Notre Dame, they're challenging. And I'm not gonna lie, when I came in my freshman year, I was a little overwhelmed to start because I wasn't used to the workload given. I wasn't used to having to apply myself to everything I did. But the teachers were there for me every second. They all helped me through every one of my classes, and they all pushed me and saw the potential that I had in me. And they all helped me to reach that full potential and to become who I am. And the classes have really made me realize what I want to do, and they've helped me in my sense of even where I want to look for colleges, because I found certain interests in these classes and how the teachers have helped respond to me as a student.
Thank you, Tristan. So a follow-up to that question would be, what if your teacher's unavailable for help, or maybe you want to have help from a peer? Do you find that that's an easy opportunity to have here at Notre Dame High School? Let's go with Anthony.
Hello, I'm Anthony Bruno. I'm from Seymour. I went to Seymour Middle School. It's very easy to get help both from teachers and students at Notre Dame. There's a very collaborative environment here, so you can always ask a friend, ask anyone for help, and they'll be willing to give it. Also, the National Honor Society is in the library every day after school, so if you need tutoring or help from any of them, they're there for you.
Thank you. And I'd like to go back to another question, the topic we brought up earlier. You guys talked about brotherhood. Can you define brotherhood? What does it mean? Because I hear that word used often in Notre Dame. Sean.
My name is Sean Frania, and I'm junior now here at Notre Dame, and I went to St. Stephen's School in Hamden. And the brotherhood you find at Notre Dame, it's really a whole loving and welcoming community, and you can feel that as soon as you walk into the room. And basically, it's no matter what your interests are, no matter what your hobbies are, what you like to do, whether it's sports or like drama club or music, you'll be able to find a place at ND. You'll be able to find people that have the same common interests that you and that you fit in. And even if you have different interests, you're still able to find friends with people that have different interests and just be in a great environment and atmosphere.
Thank you, Sean. Next question. So I hear you guys use the phrase often, don't be an 8:10 to 2:30 student. What does that mean? Let's go with Oliver.
Yes, so being an 8:10 to 2:30 student means not being very involved and just spending the day at school and going right home and doing your thing. You don't want to do that because Notre Dame provides with numerous amount of clubs, and that way you can even make more friends on top of the friends that you might have in your classes, and you might form closer relationships with people because they will do something that you like to do also. So you can relate, maybe you can plan a trip even, and do what you guys both love to do together.
So, thank you. How do I get involved in Notre Dame? What are the types of involvement? Do I have to be an athlete? Do I have to be a musician? Are there extracurricular activities that can occupy my time? We'll have two students answer this question. Let's start with Neil, and then I'll have one of the seniors answer.
Let's see. So for athletics, there's a wide variety of sports. Coming from a school that only played about 3 sports, I found the amount of sports to be, it was very nice. I play lacrosse and track. I also am part of the band, so for music we have things like, we have a chorus, and we have intro to band, we have the marching band, we even have guitar, and we also have garage bands. That's a new thing.
Thank you, Neil. Tristan, can you do me a favor and follow up with, he talked about the fine arts. Talk about the athletics program at Notre Dame High School. What are the athletics like at this school?
The athletics here are extremely competitive. I mean, we're an all-male school, so everybody here wants to play a sport. They all want to get involved, which means that you're going to have the best athletes out there. Everybody comes all over the state, so that means that the top athletes from each school will still come here as well. We have 13 varsity sports right now, I believe, and if you can't find a sport that you like in the fall, there might be a new one that you love to do in the winter or in the spring. I mean, I've never done track before yet. My sophomore and junior year, I joined the track team and I started to fall in love with it and really enjoy my time on the team. It's something that I now look forward to doing along with football or lacrosse.
Thank you, Tristan. And I'm going to actually single out Colton for a minute. Colton, on Thursday when I left school, I noticed you were outside and you guys were with the club, the new drone club. Could you tell me a little bit about the drone club? I think it's kind of cool. And tell us about your experience.
Alright, so there's a brand new club this year that was started by junior Michael Asistro, and it's called the Aerial Drone Club. So this is an awesome new club, and basically what we do is we go out on the front field after school and we fly drones. And most of the drones that we fly have cameras equipped on them, so we'll fly them up probably about 300, 400 feet, and we'll take aerial footage of the school and the surrounding area, and we'll actually use it as like footage that'll go on the Notre Dame website to try and attract people to our school because it's something unique that not everybody has.
Thank you, Colton. Next question is going to be a little bit about the college process. We've talked about academics, we've talked about involvement. So can one of the guys who are maybe in their senior year talk about how does the college planning process work at Notre Dame High School and when does it really begin? Thank you, Gino.
All right, so the college process, it kind of starts your sophomore year when they introduce you to standardized testing. Your sophomore year, you take a PSAT, and then it continues into your junior year where you take the PSAT again, and your performance on the PSAT your junior year determines your chance for Merit Scholar, which is a chance at a scholarship program for college. And then it starts to pick up at the end of your junior year when you start to actually get a list of colleges that you think you're applied to. And your guidance counselor will encourage you to start looking at schools and visiting schools. And then your senior year, it kicks into high gear because for some of the early applications, they're due by the end of November. So as soon as you get back to school, they're talking about the Common App, which is the online program that the guidance department uses to help you apply to schools. And so that they start talking about that and they start handing out forms for letters of recommendation. So you can get letters of recommendation for your schools. And once again, they drive the test dates for standardized tests such as the SAT and the ACT because both of those are critical to your college.
Thank you, Gino. Anyone have a follow-up to that? Maybe a student in their junior year or sophomore year?
So basically, I know, at least for me, that the college process could be overwhelming because there's so many options, different paths that you could take. But at Notre Dame, they're really good at helping you go along this process. You have your guidance counselor that meets with you multiple times throughout the year that'll help you decide like what you're looking for in a college, whether it's how big it is, how small it is, the location. And we also have an ambiance program that also helps with this and helps you search for colleges and it makes the process a lot easier and efficient.
Okay, this one comes primarily from the students that shadow at Notre Dame. It's a really difficult one, so just take your time and think about it for a minute. What is the food like at Notre Dame High School? All right, Tristan, go ahead. You seem to be passionate about food.
Yeah, no. You know, for me, because I'm a football player, my biggest thing is food. So, honestly, one of the things that helped persuade me to come to this school was how good the food was. I mean, I love the education, I love the athletics, but after I had the chicken parm, I just said that this was my school. I mean, every day you'll see guys that are getting 2-3 things of fries, cookies, hot lunch, sandwiches. The school has so much to offer. We have a deli line. Me personally, now I have to start eating salads because I put on a little weight over the summer. I get one of those every day with the container of milk and water, and everybody's always getting lunch here. I mean, if you ask any student at the school what their favorite part of it, one of them might say the food because it's that good.
All right, thank you, Tristan. Gentlemen, can someone talk to me a little bit about when we're at a football game, the team's on the field, they're about to go up against one of our rivals. What is it like to be in the stands? And I'm going to ask Colton or Neil to talk about the band component playing, and I'd like one of you guys to talk about the fan component. I see Gino has his hand up, so no, let's come back down this way. Let's let Gino start with what it's like to be a fan at a Notre Dame football game.
So I'm one of the leaders for the Green Machine, which is our student section. And our student section, especially for rival games, it gets pretty rowdy. So when you're in there, you're almost overwhelmed with adrenaline. Like, you you get hyped up, you're jumping, you're bouncing off each other. Sometimes when the game's really intense, the Notre Dame side of the stands, especially our side, they start shaking because we're jumping up so much. But it's just a great atmosphere because everyone there, everyone in your student section, whether it's a white out, a green out, a Hawaiian out, a jersey out, all the different kinds of outfits we wear to support our teams, they're all there to cheer on your friends that just earlier in that day you were in AP Physics class with or some other class. You're cheering on the people who are taking notes and taking quizzes with you in school, but now they're on the field competing. So it's a really great feeling to have.
Excellent. And Colton, can you tell us what it's like to be in the band while you're supporting your fellow brothers on the field that are about to partake in a game?
Alright, so being in the band is completely different than being in Green Machine, but there are some aspects that are very similar. You know, just like Green Machine is sitting up there jumping up and down, screaming for the team, we do the same thing. We're cheering with them, we're jumping up and down when we're not playing, but when we are playing, it just gets so much better. We play all sorts of pump-up songs. I mean, you guys heard some of them when we were playing on stage, and it's just awesome. I mean, one word, it's probably exhilarating. I mean, I just love being there for the games. It's an awesome experience.
Thank you, Colton. All right, next question also, student question. This one is the most difficult one of all. What is it like to be in a school without girls? Go ahead, Joe.
All right, well, I think the first thing that I thought was a little intimidating, you know, a bunch of guys in the school, like, you know, like, it kind of takes your mind off of, like, impressing everybody. You don't have to think about what to wear to school every day. I mean, obviously we have the uniform, but, like, everybody looks nice and everybody has, like, a certain etiquette when they wear the uniform. But there's one less thing you have to worry about, and it's impressing each other. I mean, we're just a bunch of guys in the school who are really good friends with each other and make that brotherhood bond. So with girls, it's a little bit difficult because you have to make sure that, or am I okay, is my tie straight? But with guys, it's not necessarily is my tie straight, is, you know, my friend okay, is he working well, is he doing well in the field, in school, and things like that. But there are good opportunities to get girls when you're with the mixer or the prom, and things like that. So, yeah, it's
All right, so there is some interaction. Thank you, Joe. Let me ask one of the freshmen. You guys just arrived on scene. One from public school, one from private school. Clearly, you were in a co-ed environment last year. Have you found that it's difficult to attend a mixer, or have you attended a sports game? What is it like when you arrive on scene?
I have attended a mixer, and it's actually not as, you know, it's basically we meet with Loyalton Hall and Sacred Heart sometimes, and it's not as intimidating as you think it would be, you know, as being a bunch of guys going to go meet girls that you've never seen before. But really, you're all going in there with the same mission, right? You're all trying to find some friends, right? So you guys all can find a way to relate, and you guys can all help each other out.
Okay, just to be mindful of time, we have one more minute. The one thing that we haven't talked about is transportation. We have guys that come to us again from 35 different towns. Anyone here want to say something about transportation, whether it be the train to Notre Dame or the bus? Okay, Oliver, keep rolling.
Yeah, so I take the train from Brantford, and that really works out for my family because I have 4 other siblings that go to all sorts of different other places. So it's easy just to drop me off at the train station in the morning and then come pick me up right in the same town, then have to drive my siblings to their school in Brantford, then to drive to West Haven, and then to drive my older brother to Yale. It's just, it gets a little overwhelming for my parents, so for those parents out there that also have fairly large families, and it definitely helps you out a lot because it gets you to school, and there is a shuttle service that goes from the West Haven train station to Notre Dame and gets you there right on time.
Thank you, Oliver. And can someone follow up with what is it like to take the bus to Notre Dame and help? Go ahead, Sean.
I'm from Hamden, so I take the bus every day, and it's a great experience. It's all from freshmen to seniors on the bus, and you get to hang out a little bit when you're on the way to school. And I know in the mornings it comes a little early. I get to school around like 7:20. So I know the cafe's open if you want to eat breakfast. It's so great food, as I said before. And the library is open, so if you want to do some studying, stuff like that. And after school, it comes a little later. It doesn't come right after school, so you have time to meet teachers for help or go join clubs and go to different meetings.
Okay, follow up. Go ahead, Tristan.
I didn't take the bus or the train, actually I carpooled. So like Gino, I'm half an hour from school. So I met up with 2 of my guys that were from my town, and every morning we kind of switched on whose parents drove one week, and it really helped our parents and it helped us to get to and from school. And I think that was a key thing for me as well.
Thank you. As we conclude this portion of the open house, I would really like to take a moment just to thank these students for doing, I think, a marvelous job. And again, we often find that this is the most helpful way to find out why Notre Dame is the right school for your son. These guys live the school, breathe the school. They're often here more hours than they are at home. So thank you again. So at this time, what we're going to do is, before we dismiss the auditorium, I have placed a tour guide in the